It's been a flat out day. Year 9 this morning was good. They were doing their prac, working well and packing up well. It was really good. And I came across here for Year 12. Started slow, but they've got a lot of assessment to try and catch up on it, and it was a split double. And the second period, I ended up just sitting back and watching them just work and work and work. And they were working the way they should have been a long time ago. It was really good to see. Felt good. And they finished up, packed up. Year 11 were in here. And same thing, a lot of teamwork. Kids who'd already finished their project were lending a hand to the ones who were behind, helping them get their projects through. There was so much cooperation. It's perfect for a job site. It wasn't something I was going to stop and say, no, they've got to do it themselves. Because it was good to see who were going to be helpers and who would be the people who sort of followed along. It's lunch now. I need to take a photo of a few of the toolboxes that are done. There's one there, one over there. Looks like we'll be able to start the next unit on time and not be too far behind on the others. School's running a community movie night organised by the school's SRC, advertising the night with the students, and they're bringing their younger siblings along and the families to watch a movie in the hall tonight. I'm just sticking around helping out with ushering duties at the start of the evening. I think the movie's about to start and then I can head off. Good crowd of community coming up. It's good to see community spirit. Saturday morning, and we've got our exec conference happening today. It's an hour's drive, sort of north-eastish of our place. A little bit like northwest of where school is, so it's sort of in between, but sort of the peak of a triangle, so it's still an hour away. But heading down for the day, I'd accidentally double booked myself today because I'm in the process of joining a community fire unit for bushfire season type property protection. So not part of the Rural Fire Brigade, which is what I originally thought it was. It's part of the actual fire brigade, but it's a community unit, which means it's myself and basically the neighbours. But after you do some online training, you've then got to sign up for some in-person training. And I'd missed one that was like only half hour from home. And I'd booked in for one for today, which is just a little bit past where the conference is, so a little bit over an hour away, and forgetting that the conference was on. So I had to cancel that one and book into another one next week, right over in Hornsby, north of Sydney. And they just keep getting further and further away, so I can't really wait around for another one to be close by. Exec conference today, planning sessions and whatnot. Not so much for the rest of this year, but for preparation for 2023, because we actually start doing the subject selection and everything for that when we get back next term. Now we've only got a week left of this term, which I'm sure everybody's looking forward to. Absolutely gorgeous day, not the type of day you want to be sitting in a conference. I guess that's the price of promotion, isn't it? If you want to be a member of the leadership team of a school, you've got to be prepared to be involved in other things that are outside of your regular hours. Just Just a short stop off on the way back from our conference. This is Yarramundi Bridge here, and when there was the floods earlier, this all went underwater, and you can see some of the carnage behind me. Like all the trees that were down the bank in the middle of this river, like the river sort of splits in two here, and even like this one just over here, it's just snapped in half. All the way through here, you can see all the trees in the background just falling over, all snapped in half. And even over near the car park, there's trees just pushed over. It's just like the force of the water coming through here isn't any wonder that they say don't try driving through the water. On this side of the river where the car park is, you can see some trees that have been sort of uprooted completely. Just over there. They've just been pushed over, roots and all. Huge trees. And the first one I saw just over where I parked here. Just there. There's a lot of them. This is like a little reserve. I remember coming here once or twice as a kid because you could go swimming and stuff like that. And it's still a picnic area type place. I think there's some more like beachy areas over there because there is some sand. Like beachy sand around here, and there's areas over that side where you can, I believe, take trail bikes, but I'm not certain on that. But I've just driven through here so many times and never sort of stopped to look. And it's amazing that some of this stuff is just surviving. I can see some picnic tables over on the other side of the bank. Yeah, it's been a long time since I've been here. A long time. Yeah, I got to make a correction. I just drove past I was on the southern entry. And I just drove past the northern entry reserve, and it does say no four-wheel drives, no trail bikes. There was a boat ramp on that side where I was, but it was gated off, so I don't think they're actually able to use it anymore. I don't remember ever being in the northern entry side. This river that I was just standing at, if you head south, that takes you through to Penrith and where the main freeway goes over the river. And if you continue heading north along that river, you'll go past Windsor, and because that's the Nepean River, it then becomes Hawkesbury River as you get past Windsor, and the Hawkesbury River travels all the way out through to Brooklyn and out into the ocean. Yeah, I do remember going there as a kid because it was more like a beach. It's a lot shallower just there where the bridge is, and so the water rushes through there a little bit faster. And me and my cousins used to sit on or lie down on boogie boards and just float through that area. It was a lot of fun. That was a lifetime ago. Now this could be just my own anxiety kicking in, but I do a rat test every night when I get home from work. Wait the 15 minutes and everything, check to make sure it's negative. And I got home yesterday from the conference and took my rat test and sort of waited the time, said negative, went upstairs. I went downstairs to get ready to do stuff in the yard, and I looked at that test and there was a faint line indicating positive. So I took another one this morning, and I also took, like, these are spit ones, I also took a nasal one. They're both negative, but the anxiety in me is just basically saying, you need to be confirmed that this is definitely not
a positive test. It might have been a false positive. So I'll come to get a PCR test, and I think I'm going to have to message work unless this is going to give me a result by tonight, which I doubt. A little panicked because I was in the house last night. I've been throughout the whole house. Digging out for this little retaining wall at the edge, wife didn't want it to just come straight down, so we've kicked it back so it's 90 degrees to the fence. Now, got my water level out. The level just here is that second blue tape on the post. It's the top of that. 300 mil down from that is the concrete. 300 mil down from here is right here. So this level here is the same height as the current concrete over there. And we do want the driveway to sort of just basically follow the slope of the driveway. This needs to follow the slope of the driveway. So at the moment, this is all lower than that. Whereas when we do the concrete, it'll be same level as that, following the slope, getting to this point and then sloping down towards the car park, carport. So by using this water level, I've realised that I've already dug down as far as I need to place the wall. I'll just clear it out a little bit because all of this needs to be built up a bit and it will be concreted. But the wall just needs to be at that level. I might just put it a couple of inches down. So I've been working on the retaining wall today, and I've got 3 uprights. That's all the protectorant, in-ground protectorant on it. 3 rails. It's only going to be 600 tall after measuring what I need. 3 uprights. They've just had their last coat of protectorant. It's been taking a while to dry because it's so cold. And the holes are dug, and I've got a little bit of concrete in the bottom to make a hard bedding so that just to reduce more chance of this soaking up moisture. And unfortunately, I put my back out about midway through the day, so the progress has been pretty slow since I started. I'm not sure what it was that put it out, whether it was finishing the digging or lifting stuff around, because those things are heavy. Anyway, Tuesday morning, and I got my COVID results back from my PCR test and it was negative, so I'm able to go back to work. So it was a false positive on the rat test, which they say can happen, and you're supposed to rely on PCRs for work purposes. It's going to be a long day because we've got parent-teacher night tonight. Getting that negative result was a great relief, because I was really worried that if it was actually positive, I'd been around the family without masks or anything like that, because that rat test hadn't shown up, and that was a little bit concerning. But it's good to know that it was negative.